Hi, this is Brian Crabtree with Your Music Magazine. Today's June 8th, 2010. I'm here in San Jose with the band of ZED. How's it going, guys?
Sounds good.
Excellent.
Great.
Sweet. Well, you guys are participating in the June 12th San Jose Your Music Olympics. But before we get into that, just wondering if we could get a little introduction, who each one of you guys are, what you do in the group. Start on the end.
I'm Greg Lopez. I play guitar.
Rich Harris, drums.
I'm Pete Satari. I do the vocals and the guitars.
I'm Marcus Davis. I play bass.
And can I get one of you to go into a little history of ZED? How long you guys been around as this group and that whole thing?
Well, I mean, I've known Mark and Rich through different incarnations of different projects for about 10, 11 years. We've been playing together in various bands. But ZED itself started, I would say, about late 2006. I hadn't been playing with Rich since 2002, and when I moved back to Santa Cruz, it actually started pretty innocently as just a jam project, really. It was initially going to be kind of more of a heavy like a metal project, and we started kind of jamming around Santa Cruz, and kind of, you know, just that particular lineup didn't gel until we met Greg over here, and we were looking for a bass player, so we knew Mark from back in the day, so we all met in here, but the sound itself, like, didn't gel for a while, I would say. When would you say the sound kind of came together?
I'd say it took us about a year and a half to really solidify the chemistry and the flow of writing music together and what his sound should be like next to his sound, next to my way of playing drums. It takes time sometimes to cultivate that and get it to finally all lock into place. So it took us about a year and a half to lock that in, but once we locked it in, we just started writing songs super fast.
Came up fast.
Yeah.
I think we all came together wanting to, you know, having our own ideas of what we wanted to do in our head.
Yeah, definitely.
And it took a little while for us to let the group, the collective sound kind of manifest itself.
Yeah, I mean, there's definite influences all around.
Yeah, the jams came out, I think, just the jamming came out fast. We were all in sync in what we were jamming, but lyrically putting it together, there was definitely, that's where the stall was, and I think when it started to come together, we started to find a different sound. Going vintage with familiar, which is what we've talked about too. I think the sound kind of came together with a lot more balls and more power, which we all just thought, oh, this is it, this is the sound.
I mean, which kind of makes sense if you take all the different influences in the band and kind of, I mean, I've traditionally, for myself, I've been more of a metal, very straight metal person. Like, throughout most of my bands, I have this straight metal sound.
Well, you guys said you started as a metal jam project. Where's your sound now as ZED? What is that sound?
Bring a lot of blues into this.
Yeah.
Bring a lot of funk into
There's
this.
a mix of, like, you have a lot of blues guitar from Greg, you have a lot of, like, heavy, kind of Rage Against the Machine style, funk, heavy rock drumming from me, and then you have the metal sound from him, and then Mark has a good mix of funk bass lines as well as blues bass lines, I think,
But
kind of mixed into both.
Not funk in like the
Not in the slapping sense, but more just in like the groovy, like
It's
70s style,
groove.
like vintage style.
Yeah.
The way I kind of describe it is like it's a heavy Zeppelin meets like Clutch.
Yeah.
It's Rage Against the Machine kind of riffing, but without like the rapping.
Yeah, it definitely has all those elements. I would say if the whole thing is really tied together by blues, we really like wanted to just really simplify it, play big, heavy.
Big riffs.
Big riffs, you know, big riffs that kind of make your neck just kind of want to groove along to the beat.
And not being afraid to play big riffs.
Yeah,
like
it's simple.
a lot, you know, like for a long time, at least with me personally, I tried to like to do something like musically where I was like, okay, this is, you know, I want to be, you know, indie rock band, or I want to be, you know, Mr. Punk Rock or Mr. Roots Rock Reggae, whatever. And like I just wanted to like. With this, my approach is like, you know, let the songs write themselves, and if it's good, no matter what. I'm not trying to be something. I'm not trying to do this. I'm not, you know, I'm just trying. I just want it to be natural and organic.
Yeah, I mean, and kind of, we didn't realize this, but kind of when we were thinking about our bio, we realized that what we like about bands like Zeppelin and you know, even AC/DC is that, like, it's that simplicity and heaviness. The heaviness isn't necessarily in how thick the guitars are, it's in this,
or
how fast they are, or how many, you know, beats per minute they play, or any of that. But like when you watch somebody like John Bonham play, even to this day, I mean, it's just this raw
Big groove.
thing to it, big groove, just playing hard and heavy, and just really playing true to your feelings, you know, when you're singing or when you're playing a riff, just playing it very pure. So we realized that we kind of found that in that year, because we just bounced jams back and forth, and we're like, we're not going to let a song get out of here until we all feel really good about it, no matter how long it takes, whatever. So that's
And you guys just recorded or put out a new album, right? And
Yeah.
that was an interesting writing process. How'd you guys go about that?
So the songs we let them kind of stew for a good year and a half. I mean, for a long time, you know, we were kind of like, you know, what do we do, you know? Because we were also kind of at the beginning had somewhat of an internal dilemma where, you know, we weren't all, you know, sure if we wanted, you know, to have a standalone singer who wasn't playing anything, or if we wanted to have a singer guitarist. So for a long time, you know, there was a lot of debate within the band whether, you know, what we were going to do as far as vocals. You know, we looked around for different vocalists, and it just came, you know, all signs pointed coming back within, and it, you know, Pete spent a lot of time and a lot of effort into really transitioning from a metal vocalist to like a vocalist who can still do the heavy stuff but can still be melodic.
Yeah, that was a big transition for me, actually.
In fact, when the first time I heard the completed album, because I used to get on him for his vocals all the fucking time, and I was just like, dude, you really fucking impressed me, and I'm just like, you know, I'm not bullshitting. There isn't a damn thing I can complain about your vocals on this.
So where did you guys record that, and who helped you guys on the work and the processing?
Well, he had a lot to do with it.
Yeah, we just basically had a lot of Mac equipment and borrowed equipment from friends that has helped out along the way with, you know, I worked with somebody in the past with engineering, you know, doing some recording and understanding levels and stuff, but I didn't know it really to the extent that this was GarageBand. This was basic. Hey, I have a warehouse, let's set up some mics in another room. You know what, I've heard that if we use 2 different mics this way, and then we just kind of had some ideas, but we slowly started recording click track. That was new for everybody.
Not new for them, but new for me.
But once we started doing that and bringing it together, just putting the recordings together, they started to come out, but there was really no finish with how the recordings really were. They weren't at that next level, which is why we went to one.
We knew that the tracks, we knew the takes were good, but we didn't have the engineering know-how or equipment to take the good takes and make them sound close enough.
Well, we are winding down to the end here, guys, so I do want to ask, what's the best place for people to find information? Your guys' website?
Zed is Dead. You can even search for Zed.
Or if you go to zedisdead.com, so ZEDISDED.com/Facebook, and we're all really active on the Facebook page, so if you want to reach out, if you have questions about when we're playing, if you want to see when we're playing, we're always uploading information about shows, links to flyers, events, you can RSVP on there, all that stuff. Or if you just want to participate in all of our sarcastic 3rd grade conversations, you can also do that too. But that's a really great place to kind of like centralize if you want to interact with the band.
Sweet, guys. Well, any last words or messages to the fans out there?
Yes, get this. This will rock your socks off.
That's right.
And your panties. I stand by that 100%. It'll rock your ass.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.